Hi all, this is Param. Of course, this is a new playlist. Okay, so in this playlist we are going to talk about the queries. Of course, there are a lot of query types are there. Okay, a lot of query types are there. So as I said, it's a query is a JSON format. So rather than SQL syntax, okay, it's a JSON format. So format of SQL query can be extended like anything. Okay, so that is a beauty. That is a beauty. Okay, so format of a JSON document can be extended like anything. Say for example, if it is SQL means it should be like a SQL 99 standard or SQL 2001 standard, something like that. Okay, that's what. So those standard only those standard has to be implemented by each SQL database. HPRDB means database, okay, RDB means database, and they will say some complaint on SQL 99 or SQL 2001, something like that, okay. But the syntax is limited, okay, okay. But when compared with those RDB means NoSQL DB is the first thing is a JSON structure, okay. So we can extend like anything, okay. We can extend like anything, not ourselves, but the product owner, okay. So let's say Elasticstack can add any new feature, any structure or any new format for the queries type, because if it's completely JSON, so just according to the structure it has to be read the backend API, that's it, okay. Okay, that is the beauty of the query in SQL, okay. That is what about query DSL, okay. They will say domain specific language query DSLs, okay. So obviously though we have a Kibana, okay, though we have Kibana, it is good to start, that's what I can say, okay. It is good to start for everything. It can be managing your cluster, it can be managing your authorization, or it can be a dashboard visualization, discover querying, watch your definition, it can be anything, okay. But it is good for starting for each aspect in transformation, okay, or machine learning, everything. But it is but whenever we want to have the advanced requirement or advanced feature that supported by Elasticsearch, we have to depend on the API, okay. We have to depend on the API. So of course we have seen in the search context, okay. I can say like in the search context there are three things, okay. So I think already we have discussed, okay, in earlier videos we have discussed. Of course in the search context, okay, we have discussed about the aggregations. So aggregation itself has three types, right. So that also has been discussed, and we have discussed about the search additional parameters, okay. Okay, that also have discussed. Now we are starting new playlist on the query, okay. So obviously query is one of the block of search API, okay, one of the block, okay, block in the JSON structure or JSON object, you can select JSON object, okay, okay. Query is one of the object within the search API, okay. So that is about the query, okay. So obviously in the search types, okay, search types can be it's all discussed. See, the URL, query context, everything has been discussed in the search parameter itself. So we can say body as well, query can be in the body as well. So elastic query language is there, SQL structure is there, so obviously it's no need in fact, okay. I would say, see, it's just a flavor, okay. So those who are familiar with the SQL, still they want to use SQL to work with Elasticsearch, okay. So for them only the SQL has been added, that is my belief, okay. But I would prefer use query DSL, believe me, okay. Even in earlier stage of my experience with ELK, I thought what is it's a very complex structure in JSON. How new people are, how anyone can write a query effectively, something like that. I thought I had felt like that, okay. But no, once you know the feature of the JSON structure, the extensibility, the opportunity to extend, okay, and once you have written some number of queries, let's say 100 plus or 200 plus queries if you return, then you will feel that SQL is very minimal, it's a limited features, okay. So that's why query DSL is really best one, okay. It's a better one, okay, not right, it's a better one, okay. Now so the purpose of this introduction video is like to introduce the about the complex class queries, okay. Before to complex query, so I think I have to cover this one, okay. I have to cover this ones. Okay, yes. Okay, so query DSL, of course, it is defined in JSON. I think I have explained. Okay, it can be a leaf query. Okay, leaf query means match, filter, term, everything. Okay, it can be leaf query or it can be compound query. Okay, compound query means what? It's a combination of another compound query. Okay, it's a combination of actually compound query means it's just to combine multiple query. That's it. Okay, it's combine multiple query. So it could be a leaf again, or it could be like again a compound query itself. Okay, so this is one of the design pattern in Java, right? Composite pattern, yes, it's a composite pattern. Okay, so yeah, okay, that is a design pattern. Okay, it's not now related to the here. Okay, so thing is what is na, so the query type can be two types. It can be leaf query theoretically or compound query. So most of the real use case we will be working with the compound query only. Maybe just as to know starting as just to check something or to test some things, we might use leaf queries enough. But in the real use case, in the real business use case, because of see when we are going for Elasticsearch, because of we have large amount of data and we want to query very fast. Okay, we want to get the appropriate document as in the response in quick response. So that is the requirement, that is a use case we are going for Elasticsearch, right? So obviously most of the times we will be writing common query, I believe. Okay, most of the this is my experience also. Okay, now of course, so these two types. Okay, so you understand that. Then now of course query context and filter context, there are two contexts available okay, within that query. Okay, so in the query context only relevant score has been created. What is relevant score? Why we have to have a relevant score? Yes, when we get the response, okay, when we get the response for any query, we will get the value, I mean one of the field for every document score. It's calculated by default. Okay, you may disable, but it's calculated by default. Okay, so how relevant to this document, how relevant to the query, that is what it says, score value. Okay, we technically we will I mean theoretically we say it's a relevant score, technically syntax wise it is underscore score, it is a field. This field will have numerical value or floating point values. Okay, so that is a scoring value for the given query. Okay, in the score value calculated only in the query context, not in the filter context. Okay, filter, you know what is the data you want or you don't want. Okay, that is what filter. Okay, so there query context not calculated, only the query context, the scoring value is calculated. So just remember two context is there. Okay, one context, query context, that is where relevant score getting calculated for each document with respect to the query. Clear? For each document, score value is independent from other document. Okay, with respect to the query. Okay, so that is what relevant score. Okay, so filter context is to filter out the values. Okay, from the response. That's what. Okay, that's what I can say. Okay, that is what about the query introductions. Okay, then before to complete these videos, I like to save it. Okay, I like to say type of the queries. Okay, so I think I can explain in next videos. Okay, thank you, thanks for watching. If you like my content, please leave your comment, like my videos. Okay, and share with your friends. Thank you.